Good morning, gentlemen. We're on the 72nd segment of the Think Before You Speak series, the laws of Shemirat Halashon with clarity, a few stories. Leilu Nishmat Hafetz Chaim Zechet Tzadik Lebracha. Leilu Nishmat Luza Aliza Bat Henriette and her children that passed with her in the fire. Ruach Hashem Tenichenam Began Eden. As well, Leilu Nishmat, the great Reb Shmaryahu Yosef Chaim ben Reb Yaakov Yisrael Kanievsky. Zechet Tzadik Lebracha. These halachot should be a great zechut for our Bnei Chabura, for the Hatzlacha or Beracha. And these halachot are dedicated for the Shmir Ma'alya, the Hatzlacha Gedola, and the Mazal of Chaim Davido ben Chaisar. Today, we're going to talk about laws of Rechilut titled Old News. So I want you to think for a minute, if you remember the old days, people used to go to bungalow colonies in the summer. Now, this is before the big houses that took or replaced what once upon a time was a small bungalow. I want you to picture this story where you have a family who is cramped up together in a very small bungalow with many children, there for the summer, and how it was so difficult to make it through those nights. Besides the heat, air conditioning never really did it, never really worked in the mid of summer, and the children all stacked up together on bunk beds in little rooms. And here are the parents. The next morning, you could see the father walking to shul, and he's half asleep, and he bumps into one of his bungalow neighbors, and he says to him, "I didn't sleep a wink last night. My kids had me up last night all night." And the truth is, it's not their fault. We're in a 2-bedroom bungalow. I have 6 kids in one room, and my wife and I in the other room. And it is pandemonium every single night. It is crazy what goes on. And all you need is one kid to wake up, and everybody else is woken up as well. And we start over again from scratch, 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I'm going to make it through this summer. His neighbor is really empathetic, and he sympathizes with him, and he says, "Wow, I can't believe it's just the beginning of the summer, and already you're having trouble. You know, I remember back a few years ago when you wanted to extend your bungalow, and Mr. Klein next door would not sign on the permission slip to allow you to extend it. He even threatened to take you to Bedin if you extend your bungalow even a few feet on your own property." Oh, I remember. He wouldn't allow you to go get that license. He wouldn't allow you to go get that permit. Man, if only he would have allowed you to extend it, you wouldn't be going through this now. Your neighbor who brought up the old fight with Mr. Klein next door, who didn't allow you years ago to extend your bungalow, wouldn't sign the permission, wouldn't give you the right to go out and get a permit to extend, is over on Rechilut. Now, he told you something that you already know. You know it was Mr. Klein that years ago was the one that blocked you from extending your bungalow. You know he was the one that threatened to take you to Bedin. However, because your neighbor now brought up old gripes with Mr. Klein, he reintroduced a concept of Rechilut, and although you already know it, but by bringing it back and reminding you again about it, it kind of stirs the pot all over again and gets you angry all over again at the guy, especially at the moment that you're still suffering due to the fact that your bungalow is so small. So listen to this amazing halacha. You're over on Rechilut by bringing up something to someone else, even if it's something that's going to cause him to hate another Jew that he already knows about, like something of the past. But that also is considered Rechilut because you're kind of bringing back an old gripe that will cause Jews to hate each other again. And therefore, even if somebody already knows what was done to him wrong, it's still forbidden to remind him of the injustice that was done to him once upon a time. It'll arouse his anger all over again, and there you go, there's Rechilut. Or maybe even a case where, somebody reminds you of someone else that took you to Bedin, and you lost that case, and it angers you on the injustice that was done to you, that also is rechilut. And there are many such examples. Memories were meant to be pleasant. They were meant to be something that one can relish and go back in happiness. Thank you for listening.